Hello, Internet, and welcome to episode 181 of Verbal Graffiti with your host, Brian Glass, aka the B-Man, the People's Degenerate. This episode, 181, will be put out the evening of October 30th. Good chance you'll be listening and or watching this on Halloween. So happy Halloween. And yes, after this episode is recorded, and I am recording this, it is now 11:15 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be eating candy corn because I have it upstairs, and candy corn is my favorite candy. And yes, I will be eating candy corn. Let me repeat that. I will be eating candy corn at 11 p.m. at night. Because I am a bad man. I live dangerously without fear. All right, moving forward and onward. Happy Halloween. Hope you have a glow stick, flashlight, and are doing all the safety precautions. Don't check the apples, though. There's no razors in any of them. All right, enough with the apples and razors. Let's move on. Camsoda. Have you heard of it? I knew what it was. And if you don't know what it is, it's a... Well, you know what? Let me backtrack. There are corners, there are hangouts on the internet that I've never attended, never viewed, never been part of. Part of that is because I don't know they exist, and others are because I don't pay the money for, and or I'm too afraid and don't have the technology to get to those places on the internet, especially the dark web. I am very curious about the dark web and what goes down in the darkness, but I don't know how to get there. And more importantly, I don't know how to get out of there once you're in there. So therefore, I've never been there because I don't want to get stuck there. But Camsoda is one of these hangouts I've never, and it's not on the dark web. I think it's normal above board web, kind of. Yeah, if you don't know, it's a similar to OF. It's a kind of an online red light district, kind of. It's just babes, and I guess there are probably some guys too, but mostly babes and couples putting on like live sex acts, and you can give them like super chats, like tips via whatever app they're using, and then here's $10. Spread your legs, and then they'll do it for the money. But it's live, I think. And I've known of it, but I've never been to it because I illegally stream all my smut. So I don't pay for smut via the internet, and we've been over that before. But anyways, I knew of it. But like I just said, I illegally stream a lot. I am a pirate of the internet. I was looking for a stream to watch the Giant football game last week. They lost, of course, like they always do most of the time. But I found a new site, and I noticed like on the front page of the illegal streaming site, I was looking for the link to the NFL Sunday games, but there was also a link for not suitable for work. And after the Giant game, the curiosity got the best of the B-Man, as it often does, especially in regards to smut. So I clicked on the illegal streaming link on the illegal streaming site I was on, which I will not disclose here. But one of the smutty sites was Camsoda, and I've heard about this site. I know of it, but I've never been to it. So I clicked on it, and it opened up. And it's very similar to the Hub, just with all the thumbnails, but each one is showing a live footage of what's going on. So if you click on it, and it opens up, and it's the babe, showing her body or flirting with the audience. It's kind of similar to a peep show from the 1970s, where you put in the quarter and then she dances, and you got to keep putting in money for her to keep showing more. But, it's on the internet with internet coins. I'm there. I'm horny. I'm curious. I'm clicking on a few of these. I start clicking on a few more. I go to the couples page, and I go back to the single female page, and I'm going to give you I'm going to keep it a buck, or as we formerly said, 100 with you. when I give you my analysis of Camsoda, and it's not a positive review, and no shade with any of the ladies or the babes who are working on the Camsoda platform. Let's get into my review. There's nothing. It is not the site Camsoda does not quench my horniness. Let me delve into why that's the case. There's nothing sexual about Camsoda. Now, that may seem surprising to you, and it was to me as well, because you go to a Camsoda, a red light district of the internet, babes spreading their legs, showing a little T and A, fingering themselves, fucking, dildo, the whole nine. If you think of it, they'll do it. But you think, though, you would just assume that's hot, that's sexy, that's why there are Johns paying money for the site and the ladies who use it or who are on it, performing on it, that is. And it's not sexual, which seems confusing. Let me explain why it's not confusing, or try to unconfuse it for you. See, there's no passion with the acts being done on Camsoda. Let me give you an example. I'm watching this couple, or I don't know if they're like a real couple in life, but they're a couple on the internet, on Camsoda, and they're fucking, for money on Camsoda. She's on top of him. They're doing it like reverse doggy style, but she's leaned upward. But they're technically making love. Like there's P and V, and there's bouncing, but she's not engaged in the sex at all. Like what she's doing is she's making love to John behind her, but while she's having sex, she's typing on the keyboard with the Johns on the internet who are leaving her comments or giving her requests via like the message board. So her mind is not on the dick inside of her. It is on the Johns, I'm assuming mostly Johns, like writing into her, typing messages on the message boards on the Camsoda website. So she's taking requests from the Johns for money. So she's focused more on getting money from the Johns than she is the guy dicking her down from behind. And there's no eye contact between her and the John behind her, the male actor or boyfriend or whoever the fuck he is. And to me, man, for all my love of smut, I love romance. I need some eye contact. I need to feel as though the couple on the camera are enjoying themselves during the act. Like, I know it's an act, but you got to convince me that you're enjoying the act. And there's no enjoyment, at least the hour I was on the site, between the babes and the Johns, or with the babes and themselves. It's like there were other sites, other ladies' pages. I would go to them, and a lot like the female-only pages where there's like not a guy on camera. It's like her with a dildo or vibrator or like fiddling herself. And again, like she'll have a small pink vibrator in her. You'll see like the little pink part sticking out. But again, she'll have it in her, and like, she'll kind of be using a vibrator, but she's always like messaging back to the Johns who are messaging her. And she's always trying to extract more money from the Johns. And I know this because I, as an illegal viewer of Camsoda, I can see the message board as well. So she's always trying to get more money before she'll do more on camera. So like, yeah, she'll be like masturbating, but like, she really won't be engaged in the masturbation. The masturbation is just, it's a tease to extract more internet coins from us Johns via the net. And I don't find that, like, there was nothing sexual about it. It's like, you can't just have a dildo inside of you and then like magically, oh, that's sexual. Like, I'm going to wink to that. No, I'm not going to waste. I have too much pride in Mr. Perfect and my semen to give it to a a lady or a couple on the net that aren't even enjoying the act that they're doing. It was almost, I'll say this in my review, it's off-putting. It's not only not sexual, it's a turnoff. Camsoda is a turnoff. It's non-sexual. It's predatory is what Camsoda is. Therefore, I will not be giving any of my internet coins to any of the babes or couples on Camsoda. Does that make sense? I feel maybe I'm not doing it justice. Like, you really do need to see some of these live sex shows on Camsoda to realize how not sexual it is. Like, I'm saying, you could be having sex. Like, technically, you're having sex or you're masturbating with yourself, but that's not where your mind is when you're doing it. What can I say? To be man, I'm passionate. I'm a lover. Like, just P and V, just hand in V is not enough for me. I need eye contact. I need love. I need emotion. I need giddiness. So Camsoda, I will not be going back there. Hope all those babes make a lot of money. Hope those Johns enjoy themselves. But this John did not enjoy my time there. All right, that is the theme for this episode. So put the children away if they're still listening with you. All right, this one comes from the subreddit Cam Girls Help. Need some advice on face blurring programs, please. Prayer emoji. What is the best ones? Can anyone help with recommendations for video, face tracking, blurring software for censorship of videos? There are a few things that frustrate the B-man more than a blurry face on a smut video on the internet. It's infuriating. I have no words. I have no words. So to you, this poster who's interested in getting in the cam girl game, I say shit or get off the pot. Shit or get off the pot. I don't want you dipping your big toe in the deep end of the pool to feel the temperature. You're either all in or you're not in at all. Be a big girl. If you want to be in the world of smuts, if you want to make it in the big league of smuts, you got to give it your all. And if you're blurring your face on camera, you are not giving your all. And I can't tell you how many times I've been watching a smut video and they're doing it doggy style. The babe's super hot and they're into it. And then she turns around, like she turns her head back towards her man, but then also the camera that we can see. And it's a blurred face. And nothing makes my dick go limp more than that. Than maybe, I don't know, gonorrhea. I don't know. It's so disheartening. It's so frustrating. It's like I thought I found a video that the B-man can hawk his dick loogie to, but no. Then she turns around and her face is blurred out, and I didn't even know what ethnicity you are. I'm not going to give you my dick loogie. Like I don't even know. I don't even know what your face looks like. I have too much respect for my own anatomy to be getting off to a blurred face smut video. I will not do it. I will not stand for it. I don't like my fellow John who does hawk their dick loogie to a blurred face video. Like, I get it. Like, I understand why you don't want to show your face on camera. I suspect it's because you don't want to get found out. Obviously, you want to blur your face out so that your father, your mother, your family and friends don't find out that you're a cam girl on the internet. Well, sister, I'm here to break it to you. Like, your family, they probably already have a pretty good intuition that you're a strumpet. Like, it's probably not going to be surprising to your family and your friends if they find out you're using your vagina as a whack-a-mole for Johns and internet coins via the web. Like, it's not going to shock them when they find out what it is you're doing for a living or what you're going to attempt to do for a living. And if you're posting on the Cam Girls Question subreddit, you're going to be a cam girl. Like you're going to go that route. I'm just here to tell you, like, go all the way, right? Shit or get off the pot. Show your face or don't do it at all. Because we as consumers of smut tolerate too much on the internet. Faceless videos, blurred videos, being the top two. We got to get rid of those. We cannot tolerate those anymore. You know, why do you need to blur your face? I mean, let's talk about it, all right? You can blur your face, but each frame you got to blur your face. Hey, that's to answer your question, Final Cut Pro. I use Final Cut Pro for all my video editing. They do have a like blurry blackout like plugin. So Final Cut Pro, there's your answer. But I have better answers. You don't want to show your face? Why not wear a ski mask? The ski masks are all the rage these days. It's you cannot be a sex symbol in 2025 without wearing a ski mask. Like a bedazzled ski mask, whether it's a smut, a music video, any type of video on the internet. Like babes are wearing like a pink ski mask that's bedazzled with their hair coming out. Like, why don't you do something like that, or wear a pair of goggles, or a ski mask, or a veil? But wear something that's covering your face, but it can kind of become your MO. Like, oh, that's the lady with the neon orange sunglasses or something like that, where it differentiates you from every other smut creator on the net. There are a lot of babes who do that. Like, they wear a ski mask, and it's kind of sexy. I like a babe in a ski mask, and I blame the internet for that. But there are other ways of going about covering your face other than, just blurring it out every video. Because the blur is for the Japanese. And you watch Japanese smut and they blur out the private parts. Like, leave the blurred videos for those weirdos in Japan. Here in America, no blurred videos, whether it's your face and or your private parts. I'm disappointed in you. That they're going to find out. Everyone's going to find, like, unless you have like an airbrushed body of a 1985 Playmate or the personality of someone like Patrice O'Neal, that you're not going to make any real money on the internet blurring your face out on whatever cam site you're on. You got to show your face. And I'm assuming you're not Patrice O'Neal, like the personality-wise Patrice O'Neal. So you're not going to make more than $100 a month hiding yourself from the neck up. So be a big girl. Join the big leagues of smut and prove your worth. Show your face. Be proud of what you're doing for a living. Yeah, spread those pussy lips for those internet coins, and have confidence in yourself. Like, I want you to have the confidence to show your face in your smut videos. Let's go look at some photos and or video. Episode 181, segment 2, the prankster in Me and Mr. Perfect wants to go to Camsoda, and here's what I'm thinking. Yes, are we still talking about Camsoda? Yes, we are. Yes, we are viewers of Verbal Graffiti, and thank you for being here. I do appreciate all 53 subscribers we have now. I have been in the intermission right there, and I do take a break between segments to get all my thoughts together and all that jazz, but I'm not going to do it. Well, let me just make that disclaimer. I'm not going to do this, but I do have an inkling. That little devious person that's that's dangling right next to Mr. Perfect, my penis, who wants to go to Camsoda, go to the site and go on one of the message boards with one of the babes and start giving her money. And if she's let's say she's masturbating, I'm not gonna ask her to do anything sexual. Like, I'll be like, hey, here's $50. I want you to do 100 burpees right now. And then watch her do 100 burpees. And they'd be like, no. Hey, and keep the vibrator inside you as you do the 100 burpees. And once she does 100 burpees, I make her do 150 jumping jacks. Basically, I make her do a CrossFit workout on camera and make her get to the point where she has to quit Camsoda because she does not have the energy to do all the exercises that I'm paying her to do via Camsoda. I think that'd be funny. Honestly, I would have stayed on Camsoda much longer than I did if there were babes there doing pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, like doing laps around their bed. This is funny stuff. Like make her read, I don't know, make her read The Nightmare Before Christmas. Is that a book? The Outsiders. Like make her read the classics. I think let's make her do stuff that's not sexual. I think that'd be funny. That'd be very funny. Also, before we move on, my mattress stinks. I was washing my sheets today and all my pillowcases and all that, and I took everything off and I realized, I sweat a lot when I sleep. Like, it's bad. It's bad. Like if you slept, if you would think I pee myself. Like that's how wet my bed gets. Like, I'll sweat so much that it will wake me up in the middle of the night. And I'll have to move to the other side of my bed and sleep there. And then when I wake up for good in the morning, both sides of my bed are wet. But I do that so often and so much that my perspiration has just seeped into my actual mattress. And I don't know how to clean the actual mattress. So there is a permanent stink on my mattress. And I don't know what to do about it. Like I'm past the point of getting a waterproof, pee-proof, linens to put over my mattress because the B-man stink is in my mattress and it's bad. It's smelly. It's stinky. It's off-putting. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to ask my mom, my sisters. I'm gonna have to do some outreach to figure out how to get rid of this stink and. There might be no answer. I'm just gonna have to live with the stink, sleep in the stink. What a stinky life the B-man has. All right, let's move forward. Something more uplifting. Maybe not actually. This comes from a subreddit. Deciding to be better. Since COVID not been out, I know, disgusting, like my mattress. I'm 53. I give up my job and basically sat in depression for 5 years. Yesterday, I took the plunge and went for a walk outside, only a mile with slight inclines. By the end, my legs were burning and I was completely out of breath. Today, my legs are in pain. Is this to be expected as I plan to walk for the same distance tomorrow? Focus, B-man. I decided to start with to do it every other day. I suppose it's a start and everybody needs to start somewhere, right? Yeah, everyone's got to start somewhere. A tip of my penis to you for getting outside, and I hope you wore sunscreen. Because going outside in the sun for the first time in 5 years, that's intense. So I hope you did not get sunburned, but I'm happy for you. And I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm not going to bust your vulva for being afraid of COVID the last 5 years. This is not your fault. This is not your fault. This is not your fault. This is the fault of all the world leaders, the lizard people, the World Health Organization, the governments, they're all working together, possibly, allegedly, to keep us down and turn the one world government, authoritarian state, and we're just supposed to move on without any anger. And also, COVID, that was 5 years ago. Why are you still talking about it? And this disease or whatever it is, virus, yeah, was it deadly in some instances? Yes. But what was done to prevent COVID did not need to be done. And some of us still thinks it was malicious what was done by the lizard people. Like, remember? Actually, now that I'm talking about it, what's so sad about this is what you just did, like walking outside, walking a mile, getting a little bit of exercise, a little bit of sun. That is what you should have been doing the past 5 years. That's the best way to fight off COVID or any virus, is to improve your immune system, improve your health. And how do you do that? Exercise. Take vitamin D. But again, I'm not going to blame you for not doing those two things, because the media and those in power never talked about vitamin D and exercise. I still remember where I lived, they took the basketball hoops off the court so you couldn't play basketball. It's so funny. They took the basketball hoops off the courts, but then you were allowed to go to a liquor store and get a 12-pack. New York City, they shut down all the comedy clubs, so I couldn't do stand-up in New York City because the local government there said, it's too unsafe. People are too close together. But you know what helps sickness? Laughter, having a good time. But no, you can't do that. So it's like, everything about it was fugazi. You remember 6 feet of distance between you and the next person? What happened to that? It just kind of went away. They stopped talking about that. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask, wear a mask. You could go to a restaurant, you could go to a restaurant, but you have to wear the mask when you go inside. But when you're eating, you could take the mask off. But as soon as you walk somewhere else, you have to put it back on. You go on an airplane, like you're allowed to take it down, to take a drink of water, but then you have to put it back on. If you don't put it back on, they're going to arrest you, and then you have a record the rest of your life. And you're like, what? They were just making these rules up. And it's still continuing. Maybe not like for COVID, but I've noticed, like near where I live, they have, there's cameras. There's cameras everywhere. They have camera speed checks. So you get a speed ticket now in Connecticut without being pulled over by a police officer. They just have a camera. If the camera catches you speeding, you get a ticket in the mail. So they're controlling your movement via camera. And then, you go on some smut sites and you have to click to tell them you're 18. And there are some countries that have digital ID. And once there's a digital ID, they can track every movement. And if you go against the government or say something they disapprove of, they just erase your ID. And then you're unable to have a bank account. So yeah, everything. I remember my nephew. I had 2 nephews that played high school basketball, and they would play basketball games, but they'd have to wear a mask. So they'd be running up and down the court, bumping into their teammates, the team against them. They'd be all sweaty, breathing, and somehow like that little mask kept them all healthy. It's like, my nephew had asthma. He can't be wearing a mask. It's all, you watch it, and you won't call out the bullshit. But out there watching the game, and go, does anyone else think this is silly? Like this is ridiculous? Like, why are we doing this? Or why literally COVID, especially the youth, like if you're in high school or college, Like some people, they had a couple years just stolen from your life, from your youth that you'll never get back. So if you're still angry about what went down during COVID and some of the the laws that were passed or what was forced for you to do, like, oh yeah, get that shot. Or if you don't get it, then you lose your job. Or in my case, like if you don't get the shot, you have to pay an extra health fee of a couple $100 every month. So if you don't do that, you'll lose your job, even though we work remote. Like it was all bullshit. It was all bullshit, and you're right to be angry. All right? They stole 5 years of your life. You stayed in your house. You lost your job. You pretty much went into depression for 5 years because the sanctions that were dropped on us during 2020. 1919, was that the Black Plague or the Black Flu? One of those other viruses. So there was a fucking caste system. There were places you weren't allowed unless you got the jab. Right? And some people like kind of were cheering it on. And like now today, the same people who are cheering on, who are like opposing ICE, were cheering on people without the job not being allowed in some public venues. So there's hypocrisy on both sides. So I'm not shitting on lefts or right. I'm just shitting on the powerful, who fucking dropped the hammer on us, and see how much we will let them drop that hammer on us during COVID. And I'm still angry about it. As should you. And if you're not, well, then, you're just a normie NPC, which most of you are. And, this kind of your situation does remind me of World War II. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but in World War II, some of the Japanese fighters, like they stayed in the mountains and the tunnels they had made, the caves they had made till like the 1980s. And they'd come out and someone told, hey, the war ended 40 years ago. Like we all moved on with our lives. Like I don't blame the Japanese fighters who were in those tunnels. Like, yeah, it's very easy for us, like looking back at a war or an event going, well, it happened between year 1941 and 1945 if you're in America, World War. But when you're in the war and you're in the fight, like those dates are not as defined as historians make them out to be. So you're in the fight, like you're fighting for your country, and then maybe you missed a telegram, or maybe the commander forgot to tell your platoon, so you're still there. So I don't blame them. But I am skeptical that there were Japanese guys who stayed in those tunnels till the 1980s. I think that might be a little pixie dust, fake propaganda. I don't know. I'm skeptical of it. So, but again, I don't blame the Japanese fighters, and I don't blame you. You got caught up. The media, they got to you, and it's not your fault. And I'm happy you got outside and you're doing the incline. And yeah, of course, your body's going to feel very achy and pain, but it'll get better each time. And I'm glad you're back out in the real world. And, you'll quickly realize it was probably better just to stay inside, because this world, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I'm surprised you're not a meme already. Like, you can't go outside without the danger of becoming a meme, becoming characterized and not a human being. So honestly, that's kind of my dream. My favorite thing to do is to doom scroll. Like I can't do it for more than 2 days, but like when I'm sick and I'm just scrolling through my phone for a couple days and I don't go outside, like, that's my favorite thing to do. 5 years, yeah, that's a little excessive. But so was COVID. And the fucking everything that went down with that. But again, this is a comedy podcast, so I'm not gonna the lizard people. They got us, and they're still trying to get us. So I don't know what else to say. Go suck a fat one.